Can we check on the injuries first? Messina, Chalobah and Pereyra, any chance of them playing on Sunday?
Messina and Pereyra have trained, been out in the field. Well, Pereyra today, Messina yesterday. Today we'll assess them as we go. Chalobah won't be available. And yeah, so and then the long termers are no change really, apart from, when I say no change, they're making good progress. So we're pleased with how that's developing. Yeah.
It's your first home game here at Vicarage Road.
Yeah.
Watford so far at home in the Premier League this season, no wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats, 4 goals scored. You have to do something about that, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, it's. I think everybody's aware very much of the disappointment that goes with such a strange state of affairs in terms of what this place is all. I mean, I said this last week, so I'm going to repeat myself somewhat, but it's, I think, generally speaking, people that expect to come here and be given a really difficult game. And I think we've spoken a lot in the last couple of weeks about trying to do that, trying to make sure that when we take the field, whoever we're playing, that first and foremost, our level of performance is something that we are happy with, satisfied with, and that if we do that, then we've got a much better chance of turning performances into positive results. And it goes without saying. I mean, I'm going to be stating the obvious again, that it's clear to everybody that we need to affect our fortunes as soon as possible. It's another difficult game in the sense that I don't know what people's expectations are, but for us, when you play against Manchester United, you know that they've got quality, they've got players who are very capable of being match winners. But look, the most important thing for us is to raise our own levels of performance and find a level of consistency in terms of that performance that will generate a better feeling within our fan base, and I think for the players in particular, that they feel more confident about being able to achieve better results. And again, I'm just basically stating the situation that we all know, but we're the people who can do something about our fortunes this season. So that was always my intention when I joined, and that remains so the case now. We've had a couple of good weeks training. That I have to say that the application that the players have shown in training sessions has been excellent, really, really excellent. We have to take that into games. Reflecting on last week's performance at Liverpool, there were lots of aspects of that which were very, very positive and that we have to build on for sure, but we have to convert our chances, and that's again something which everybody within the club is aware of.
Nigel, it's 9 points from 17 games.
Yes.
In the history of the Premier League, there have only been 9 teams with 9 points or fewer at this stage. They've all been relegated. Do you think a win on Sunday could ignite your season?
It could certainly, it could ignite a bit of belief, whether, but I don't want to sort of build one game up as being the foundation or the end point, because it's, I think Craig spoke about this when he spoke to the press, that and I sit in exactly the same place on this, that wherever there are mathematical possibilities, then I think that is always something which allows you to keep working in the most positive way. But let's be absolutely honest. Of course, we know that the sooner rather than later, and it will be a big scalp for us as well. And so first and foremost, we will be trying to win the game on Sunday. I mean, it's not I'd rather draw games than lose them, but we need to show a desire and a commitment to try and win games.
You'll have to improve on your finishing from last Sunday. Have you been working a lot on that this week?
It's something that is a constant theme. I can't talk about prior to me coming here, but there is also a danger of overemphasising things which players are already aware of. Let's be clear on this. I think we've got some really good players here, some technically gifted players here. I think what we've got to try and achieve, especially at home, is some sort of momentum during performances which builds pressure on opponents. Now that's never easy to achieve, but certainly we're aware of the statistics don't paint a false picture in terms of our season. We know we're in a very difficult situation, but I've seen nothing so far in my time here to suggest that the players are not up for the challenge. And like I say, we've got things, we've got positive aspects of what we currently have at the football club to re-emphasise and to concentrate on, but ultimately we've got to start winning points. That's the bottom line. I know that.
And no one wants to do well at Christmas, but you've been there twice before with West Brom back in 2004-5 with Brian Wilson. You're bottom at Christmas at Leicester 2014, and you still escaped. So is it going to be a third time lucky scenario potentially with you being bottom at Christmas but still getting in?
Well, it's a possibility, and that's all I can say. I mean, there's no point in me trying to paint a picture that's not realistic. We're fully aware of the danger that we are in, and the precarious nature of our status being under even more threat if we don't rectify the situation sooner rather than later. But now's not a time for myself or anybody at the football club to do anything other than keep a calm outlook on how we navigate our way through this situation. Other people can speculate as to what may happen if we don't win on Saturday or go to Sheffield United. You know, I mean that's clearly the more games that you play that you don't win, then it becomes harder. But I don't think there is an urgency for us to rectify things. But it's not a case of putting people into an even greater level of anxiety by pointing out the obvious. We know the situation that we're in, and we're reminded of it on a daily basis. So that's fair enough. But what we have to do, working within it, is try and get some clarity as to how we work to allow the players to go out and perform, and that's my focus at the moment.
Just two final ones from me. João Pedro's coming in from
Brazil,
going to be introduced to the crowd on Sunday. What kind of impact do you think you can have here in the new year as an 18-year-old?
Hopefully a positive one, but first and foremost I think it's important for him to settle in. I think it would be unwise to heap too much pressure on somebody of such young years, but I know he's excited to get started here. I'm sure he'll get a warm welcome, and he'll get support from a number of the players that we've got in here. He'll get the full support of the club, of course. But I think first and foremost, let's concentrate on the first team squad who need to go out and find results in the meantime. But yeah, I mean, we're pleased to have him and he's pleased to be here, but I think it's really important not to put too much pressure on such a young player at this point. But good to be here.
And just finally, two Premier League clubs are about to make two managerial appointments. Arsenal set to announce Arteta very shortly, and Ancelotti at Everton. What do you make of a really veteran manager going to Everton with 3 Champions League trophies and a rookie effectively going to Arsenal?
What do I think of it? Shall I go into the default Nigel Pearson mode and say that really I'm not going to spend too much time commenting on how other clubs do their business? Look, clearly for Mikel Arteta, it's a fantastic opportunity, and in Ancelotti, I mean, an incredibly experienced manager. So, but outside of that, difficult to comment. But yeah, I mean, it's another indicator of what a precarious job it is, and clubs, because they're looking at different ends of the spectrum, will see their potential journey to more success in different ways, and I think that's all it illustrates.
Just on this, just finally, does it bother you that young British managers don't get these big chances, and that you've got a chance here that some of the other bigger clubs just don't give British guys a chance?
Well, did he ask me, does it surprise me or does it frustrate me, or both? Yeah, both. No, I mean, look, it is the way of the world. There's no point me sitting here and trying to talk at great lengths. Of course, yeah, it'd be nice to see more British coaches and managers working abroad as well. But I'm not going to get involved in that sort of conversation today. But I'm just pleased to be here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oi, you know what to do. Click the link over there, yeah?